Are you tired of feeling trapped by the anxieties of everyday life? Are you seeking a path to inner peace and fulfillment? If so, you've come to the right place. In today's video, we're diving deep into the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy, uncovering 9 powerful principles that can transform your life for the better. Join me as we explore the profound insights of Stoicism and learn how to release the chains that bind us to suffering and discontentment. From excessive desire to the fear of the future, Stoicism offers practical guidance on overcoming these obstacles and living with tranquility and purpose. 1. Excessive desire. The ancient Stoics Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius substantially increased our knowledge of desire and its function in human contentment. According to the Stoics, excessive want is characterized by an insatiable desire for things like social status, financial possessions, or outcomes. The usual outcomes of this kind of want are distress and suffering. Money, according to the Stoics, does not get us closer to our true desires. On the contrary, it traps us in an endless loop of want. Learning to be satisfied with one's circumstances requires a deliberate shift in perspective towards subtly releasing excessive desire. Giving up on dreams and goals completely isn't as vital as being thankful and moderate. One way to achieve apatheia, or inner peace, according to the Stoics, is to distance oneself from things over which one has no control. 2 methods to escape the never-ending need for more are to live in the now and to release any attachment to outcomes and material possessions. To quiet the incessant clamor of want, try a Stoic technique like negative visualization, in which one envisions a world devoid of their belongings in an effort to value them more. One way to attain pleasure and fulfillment within oneself is to realize that worldly goods are fleeting, and that the key to permanent joy is to work on one's character and intellect. 2. Negative judgments. The importance of being rational and unbiased in all things, but especially when judging other people, is a fundamental principle of Stoicism. It could be challenging to understand and relate to others when we allow our prejudices, misconceptions, and preconceived notions to color our unfavorable evaluations of them. Emphasizing the need of cultivating empathy and understanding rather than succumbing to criticism or condemnation, the Stoics urge us to hold off on passing judgment, making an effort to alter deeply ingrained patterns of perception and thought is the only certain approach to soften the blow of passing judgment. Temperance and knowledge, 2 Stoic virtues that promote objectivity, are required here. The lessons of Stoicism include the need of giving things careful thought, being wary of jumping to conclusions, and making an effort to understand things from several perspectives. When people are able to refrain from criticizing and condemning others, they may find that their relationships and ties with them thrive. According to Stoicism, we may learn to be more empathetic and patient if we overcome the biases and anxieties that lead us to judge others too quickly. Subtly voicing one's critical thoughts is one step toward the Stoic aim of coexisting with nature. To do this, one must treat others with kindness, fairness, and dignity. 3. Fear of the future. Important guidelines for overcoming future fear are found in Stoicism, which stresses the need of living in harmony with nature and focusing on the present now. Many things in life are beyond our control. Therefore, the Stoics say we should simply accept the future as it is and try to make the most of it. Stoicism argues that we should not live in fear and anxiety about the future, but rather pay attention to the things we have control over, such as our thoughts, actions, and reactions to various situations. By embracing the Stoic concept of duality of control, people may be better able to calmly release worries about the future and focus on the present moment. This portends that you should have a calm and open attitude toward the future, rather than letting it dictate how you think and behave. The Stoic approach is that worrying about problems we can't change makes us feel much worse. Being mentally and emotionally prepared to handle life's inevitable twists and turns, with confidence in our abilities to adjust and respond, is another possible course of action. Ultimately, if we can conquer our fear of the unknown and learn to accept life's uncertainties, we may attain emotional stability and tranquility. While faced with uncertainty, two Stoic practices that could help you relax and find peace are mindfulness meditation and negative imagery. The Stoics taught us how to gracefully and tranquilly let go of our mistakes and sorrows. According to the Stoics, moping around in misery does nothing except make things worse. Rather than wallowing in remorse, they said, one should focus on the here and now. 4. Past regrets. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate in English, suggests that we should take stock of our mistakes and use what we've learned moving ahead. The Stoics advise that rather than allowing regrets to bring you down, you should evaluate your shortcomings and see them as opportunities for growth. It may be easier to let go of regret if you practice patience and forgiveness, both toward yourself and toward others. The Stoic view holds that while we may choose how we respond to the present moment, we are unable to change the past. With a mindset of acceptance and resilience, it may be able to overcome regret and live a life that is clear, purposeful, and serene. 5. Seeking external validation. In today's world, when everyone is so concerned with what other people think of them, the core principle of self-reliance in Stoicism serves as a powerful counterpoint to this modern fixation. In an era where social media has the power to make us feel inadequate, Stoicism serves as a timely reminder that we may discover our worth by looking inside. A sense of calm and self-assurance might wash over you when you learn to let go of the need to please other people. One should not seek the acceptance of others, but be satisfied with one's own merits apart from their opinions, according to Stoicism. Instead of worrying about what other people think, Stoics stress the importance of acting in accordance with one's own moral principles. Shifting focus from the fleeting affirmation of others to one's own values is essential for developing a solid sense of self-worth and honesty. Perhaps the Stoic ideal of independence might help you overcome your insatiable need to win over other people. A robust sense of self-worth that can endure criticism develops as one progressively releases the need for external validation. What really counts, according to Stoicism, is not the acceptance of others, but the degree to which our actions are congruent with our high ideals and character. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. By joining our community of Stoic seekers, you'll gain access to valuable insights and practical tips for embracing the Stoic way of life. Together, let's embark on a transformative journey towards greater resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. 6. Anger and resentment. People are more prone to argue and act irrationally when they are furious or resentful. Stoicism helps us understand these negative emotions better and promotes letting them go peacefully so that we may focus on compassion and understanding instead. Developing skills to control unpleasant emotions, such as anger and resentment, may improve one's relationships with oneself and others around them. A lack of impartial judgment about one's own or other people's actions is the source of anger and hatred, say the Stoics. In contrast, Stoics believe that one should act rationally, guided by knowledge and self-awareness, rather than allowing their emotions to dictate their actions. A person may find it easier to release negative emotions, such anger and resentment, if they do so gently. The Stoics believed that forgiving others was not only the right thing to do, but also a powerful tool for gaining independence. People need to break the cycle of hatred and begin connecting with each other on a more profound, peaceful level if they want to live in a society that is free of hate and full of understanding and forgiveness. It takes courage, not weakness, to quietly let go of bitterness and fury when circumstances become tough. By adhering to the principles of Stoicism, one may find inner serenity and tranquility despite the unavoidable ups and downs of life. 7. Unproductive worry. The Stoics held the view that worrying about problems all the time was counterproductive. Focusing on what we can control and encouraging a realistic view of life are two of the main tenets of Stoic philosophy. It is futile to be anxious about things like the weather, the behaviors of other people, or the future because we cannot control these factors. The Stoics advocate a more nuanced approach, telling us to relax, let go of worry, and concentrate on what we can control. Upon releasing toxic anxiety, several individuals report a marked improvement in their anxiety levels and a general sense of calm. You may discover that you are more rational and productive when dealing with issues and choices if you do this. Instead of worrying about the future or trying to predict the worst, followers of Stoicism are taught to focus on the present moment and to deal with difficulties as they arise. By shifting their focus in this way, individuals are able to quit mulling over things they have no control over and instead focus on moving closer to their goals. The Stoic principles of patience, persistence, and self-restraint are intrinsically compatible with the practice of consciously releasing needless worry. Its message to its adherents is to be calm and collected within, regardless of the external circumstances. Giving up the attempt to control external factors allowed Stoics to attain a state of peaceful mind and independence from worry. 8. Pursuit of fame or status. According to Stoic thought, striving for greatness is a foolish and pointless pursuit. To be happy and fulfilled, according to the Stoics, one must be modest and recognize that external recognition is meaningless. The first step in letting go of the attachment to fame and fortune is realizing that these things are temporary and superficial. Instead of seeking approval from others, the Stoics advocate for a life guided by moral principles and self-honesty. Focusing on cultivating traits like knowledge, courage, justice, and moderation might lead individuals to find enduring satisfaction and purpose, rather than being captivated by the fleeting allure of fame or status. Living your life for other people could lead to unhappiness and a relentless pursuit of self-improvement, according to Stoicism. By subtly letting go of the need for approval or status, one may stop comparing themselves to others and avoid healthy rivalry. People may be more authentic and self-aware when they aren't always attempting to prove themselves. By releasing their connection to fame and reputation, Stoics aim for a more grounded and inwardly focused life. Their pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing, takes precedence above the fleeting approval of others. To live a life that is genuine, modest, and content qualities that characterize a Stoic, it is possible to subtly forego fame and recognition. 9. Comparison with others. One of the main causes of human suffering and dissatisfaction, according to the Stoics, was the practice of perpetual comparison. The Stoics taught that one should focus on one's own improvement rather than constantly comparing oneself to others. You can't care less about what other people think if you're content with who you are and where you're going. Refraining from the habit of always comparing oneself to other people may help one achieve more self-acceptance and inner peace. To the Stoics, it is not a person's social status, academic achievements, or wealth that determine their worth, but rather the virtues and character attributes they have worked to develop inside themselves. Holding this perspective may help one overcome the destructive feelings of envy and comparison. That is the only way to really live life to the utmost. Finally, Stoicism teaches that you should never subject yourself to criticism from your peers. Generalizations about people are difficult to make since each individual is distinct and experiences life through their own unique lens. One little step individuals may take to become more compassionate and empathetic is to quit comparing themselves to others all the time. When you break off your attachment to comparison, you open yourself up to the Stoic ideals of contemplation and inner calm. The technique teaches its adherents to be grateful for what they have rather than bitter and critical of themselves all the time. Stoics escape the rut of always comparing oneself to others and looking for validation from outside sources when they follow their own path in an honest and modest manner. And that concludes our exploration of the 9 things you should eliminate from your life according to Stoic philosophy. We hope you found these insights enlightening and empowering as you continue on your path towards personal growth and fulfillment. If you enjoyed today's video and found value in the Stoic principles we discussed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. By staying connected, you'll never miss out on future videos packed with Stoic wisdom and practical guidance for living a more meaningful life. Remember, the journey towards Stoic liberation is an ongoing process, and every step you take towards greater self-awareness and inner peace brings you closer to your ultimate goal. So keep embracing the Stoic way of life, and may you find strength, resilience, and wisdom in every moment. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and keep pursuing a life of virtue and excellence. Farewell, fellow Stoic seekers.